Hi everyone, Holly Evans here, Emerald Distributor from Midland, Texas, and I'm so excited to be talking to you guys today about the very first step in the success system, which is the one-on-one. So guys, one thing I want you to know is that the one-on-one is not supposed to be a whole business presentation on AdvoCare where you have a whole flip chart that you go through and explain the compensation plan and everything. The one-on-one is meant to be very, very simple, okay? And it is meant for, basically a one-on-one is when you share your story. And it is then meant to lead to a three-way phone call where you then introduce them to your sponsor or your leadership. And your sponsor or leadership gives them the rest of the information about AdvoCare, okay? So I'm going to run through a couple of examples of what a one-on-one can be because there are a couple of different examples. First and foremost, it can be very, very casual. It can be as simple as you being in the grocery store and maybe running into somebody that you haven't seen in a couple of years, and they realize that you have lost a lot of weight, okay? And so they ask you, wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing? And that is an opportunity for you to share your 30-second story, okay? So a one-on-one really and truly is very simple, just you sharing your 30-second story. That's it. Now, if you share your 30-second story, and that person then says, well, what is AdvoCare? I might be interested in that. That is when you open up and transition to a three-way phone call, okay? So that is when you would say, well, you know what? Why don't I introduce you to my coach because she has helped me so much, and I know that she can help you too, and she can explain everything to you so that I don't give you any wrong information because I'm just getting started myself. But I know that she can help you and answer all your questions, okay? So that's your introduction to the three-way call, okay? Another example could be maybe you are at your son's baseball game and you're sitting in the stands and you're talking to a mom and she seems very tired and she's just telling you about all the things that she's had to do that week and she's just exhausted. And you say, well, you know what? Have you ever tried Spark? And she says, well, no, I don't know what Spark is. And then you say, well, let me give you one. And so you give her a packet of Spark, okay? From that point, you can then tell your 30-second story. But you could actually go get her a bottle of water and mix it up for her right there. So if you have a bottle of water and a Spark, that is the perfect start to a one-on-one, guys, okay? So very, very simple. One-on-ones are meant to be very, very simple, okay? And what I'm explaining to you now is just a very, very casual one-on-one where you simply share your 30-second story and that's it, okay? The next video is going to go into a little bit more detail because every now and then you will come across someone who actually wants to sit down with you and make an appointment. And I know if you guys hear 8-minute calls, you hear make an appointment a lot. So actually I'm going to go into a little bit more detail in the next video as far as setting the appointment and having a little bit more of a professional one-on-one. But as of right now, this video is really just focusing on the casual one-on-one where you go and you share your 30-second story, leading it then to a three-way phone call, okay? And really all you need in order to do a one-on-one, a very casual one-on-one, is your 30-second story needs to be packaged, and maybe you need to know a couple of other stories like your sponsor. You need to know your sponsor's story or a Crossline friend's story or maybe someone in your downline story, okay? Those couple of other stories will give you a layer of conviction. So if you're in the grocery store and somebody says, well, you know, how much weight have you lost? You look amazing. There's the open door to share your 30-second story, then one other, okay? And maybe another, just kind of depending on how conversation flows. Every conversation is going to be a little bit different, okay? So we've got to treat it individually, and just remember you are the preview to the movie. You are not supposed to sit down with somebody the very first time you talk to them about AdvoCare and go through the compensation plan and a whole presentation booklet and all of that good stuff. That's not your job. It is simply to share your 30-second story and then introduce them to your sponsor, okay? I hope that helped, guys. Bye-bye.